Hello everybody, it's Molly, and today's question that came in to me from a member of my healing circle was very interesting, because the question I think has a great deal of significance for many of us, but most people seem to dismiss the idea of ancestral healing as something that isn't that important. In my experience, I have found that it is very significant, and I once had a lady came to see me who had a weight problem, which she was unable to solve for years on end. There was nothing that anyone could do for her. She kept the weight on her and she just could not lose that weight no matter what she did. When she sat in front of me, Spirit came through very forcefully, and I saw a number of her ancestors and relatives going back 2 or 3 generations, and one of her great aunts had had a problem with a weight problem and a thyroid problem, which this lady in front of me had inherited. But when she'd had the test done, nothing was shown on the test to indicate that that was actually the case. The lady in spirit, who'd obviously passed over many years ago, was healed, because it's quite easy to heal spirit as well as healing people on this earth plane. They're still holding trauma at times. And once that happened, the lady in front of me just lost weight just like that. She never had a problem again, and it was really quite extraordinary. And I think that it went into magazine articles, and lots of people got to know about that particular case study. So the other thing too is it's not really that it's something that is often talked about in the West, but in the East, in countries like Japan, they honour the relatives, the ancestors. They give them food. The same thing goes on with the Koreans, and we have a Korean centre, I think, in central London where they actually offer ancestral healing. And the Chinese and Malaysians, of course, they all consider the ancestors to be very important. And I've also studied Kabbalah it's really called, to quite some extent, and the same thing goes on there. They are very aware of mothers and fathers who've passed over, and they do ceremonies to help them, to remember them and to acknowledge them. It's very uplifting, actually. But I have here in front of me too, right below me, I've got my computer, and I'm looking on it, and it says here, I found some really interesting books here for those of you who want to follow this up. One is called Healing Your Ancestral Patterns by David Furlong. Another one is called Healing Ancestral Karma. Well, this is really interesting, isn't it? Because this is the build-up of karma that we accrue from one lifetime after another. And of course, it's said that we're born into a specific family in order to learn things. And it's also said by some people that we get born and reborn into the same family with the same issues. I'm not quite sure if any of this is true. I just think you just need to see how it resonates with you, and if it appeals to you, take it on board. Anyway, this is Healing Ancestral Karma, Dr. Stephen Farmer. Let me see if there's anything else. I'm just looking along here. No, I think there's just the 2 of those. Hang on a minute. Healing Your Family History, and this is by Rebecca Linda Hintze. Rebecca Linda, Linderhintze, Healing Your Family History. And of course, obviously, you can come to a healer or go and see somebody, and they can give you the general idea. They can heal the patterns, but it's usually very much a psychic thing. It's never using tarot cards or anything like that. It's always somebody who is a medium who can access these people in spirit and see them, talk to them, and then you will get a lot more information about your past. So explore the books, find the books, and read up about this subject, because I think you'll find it extremely worthwhile, as I have done. It's very, very useful, and it's made a lot of difference to the people who have come to see me. So thank you for your question, very useful, and this is Molly from the School of Psychic Studies. Bye.